Let's jump to my team. I'm putting in a fresh Zen for this one.
You putting in a what?
A Zenner.
Oh, okay. I can't think of any puns right now.
Miami, 3:30 ABC, just like it used to be in the good old days. This game always used to be at 3:30.
Yeah, it was fun.
Miami, yeah. At number 4, Florida State. Current line 14.5, total 50. Very interested to see what Mario Cristobal does at quarterback in this game. Tyler Van Dyke has been terrible over the last 3 games. Starting with that Georgia Tech game where they should have took a knee and won the game. By all accounts, they should be 7-2 and probably ranked.
Yeah.
But in that Tech game, Tyler Van Dyke threw for 1 touchdown and 3 picks, and he got hurt. He was injured. He sat the next game, Clemson in the Clemson game. True freshman backup quarterback Emory Williams came in and actually beat Clemson at home 28-20. Put Tyler Van Dyke back in. They play against a pretty mid Virginia team, and they go to overtime with them. Tyler Van Dyke throws for 160 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 picks. Last week, they go on the road to NC State, which is a sneaky tough place to play at night. Miami puts up 6 points. He goes 55% passing, 170 yards, 0 touchdowns, 3 picks, and a fumble. Rumors are he has multiple injuries. You could look at the numbers on offense this year for Miami, and they're top 25 in yards per play, top 25 in yards per rush. But if you look at the last 3 games, they go from 6.5 yards per play to 4.7 over the last 3. That's a huge jump. Yeah. 5.2 to 4.6 on the ground. Tyler Van Dyke's QBR went from 145.2 to 96.2.
That's crazy.
Now, so this is where I have the most confidence in Florida State's defense stopping their offense. Miami's defense is a concern. They have some really good young talent on that side of the ball. This kid, Ruben Bain from Miami Central High School, is a true freshman. It's a perfect Miami name, by the way, Ruben Bain.
It's a really good Miami name.
He's top 25 in pressures on the season, regardless of class, regardless of position on defense. 33 pressures on the quarterback this year. He's a beast. Florida State's O-line's improved year over year, but I think they're improved in that the floor is much better than the ceiling. They're still not a great offensive line. When they play really physical teams along the D-line, they have some issues blocking. Last week was crazy. I don't know that people really understand how many people that Florida State had out on offense last week. It was truly insane. They had Keon Coleman and Johnny Wilson out.
Right.
Yeah. Almost the entire receiving core was out. As long as those guys are back for this game, I love Florida State in this matchup right here. And I hate saying that. I'd like to emotionally hedge just like you do.
Yep.
The rivalry game, so anything could happen. But I think Florida State's going to have a nice night on offense. At home, they're putting up 7.2 yards per play, which is top 10 nationally. Jordan Travis has been really good in these big games for Florida State. Norvell, I feel, is one of the best play callers in the country. And I think Miami's a little vulnerable right now. I think the game will play out like the Duke game did, where Florida State struggled a bit to start the game. They're kind of getting gashed in the run game. They weren't running the ball well. They threw a pick 6. Duke had some momentum, but eventually Florida State settled in and blew them off the field. I think Florida State wins big here, 38-17. I wouldn't be surprised to see something crazy happen in special teams. Yeah. Florida State's been really good at returning kicks this year. Miami's been awful at covering it, and kind of vice versa as well. Keon Coleman's been great in the punt return game, so if he's back, watch it there too. But I like Florida State 38-17. I will be in the crowd.
Yeah, you will.
I'm very excited about that. It's been a long time since I've been at a real juiced up home game like this. So, I'm hoping this continues. Florida State goes to 10-0, and we move to next week. What about
you? You might have a new shirt to wear to this game too. Thanks to our good friends at Smack Apparel, and I'm pretty excited. And it's not one of their T-shirts. It's like a legit. It's a really nice shirt. I think you're gonna like it. I hope it gets to you in time. I should have had to send out to you.
Well, I leave tomorrow, so probably not.
Well, you probably will not. Then never mind. I reached out to Jeff Antonella to see if he would meet you there, because he goes to Florida State games a decent amount, and I know he lives in Florida. He's actually being inducted into the USF Sports Hall of Fame. He was a former goalie for the USF soccer team, played in the MLS for a while. But anyway, great. I just want to give a shout out to Smack Apparel for all they do. They've sent us a few shirts, and we love it. So hopefully, I was hoping you'd have it, but that's my fault. Okay, back to this game real quick. Florida State is back, yes or no?
I don't think they're.
Shut up. Just say yes.
I think they're back. They're on their way back for sure. I don't think they're on the
Yeah.
elite level of the Georgia, Michigan tier yet, but
Right.
I think they're back. Yes.
They are. When I think of Florida State being back, I think them running roughshod through the ACC, finishing with 10 wins, finishing in the top 10. And I think Florida State is back by all means when it comes to that. Recruiting at an elite level, all kind of stuff.
Mhm.
When Florida State is back, they're beating Miami. They're the Doak, like the chop in the Doak is going crazy. It's for 60 fucking minutes nonstop, and it's a different atmosphere than we haven't really seen, and I would say 10 to 15 years, and I think that's where they're getting closer and closer to. But when Florida State's back, they're beating Miami and Florida, and I think that this is going to be a situation where when you look at Keon Coleman and Johnny Wilson, who was out, they were both out a week ago, that's 50% of your receiving touchdowns on the season, right? There's a reason why they may have struggled a little bit early against Pitt. I don't think they're going to struggle against Miami. I think this is a team that you've seen. Now, I know what happened on the road against Clemson. This isn't at Clemson. This is at home in Doak Campbell Stadium. Like, you're going to have a situation where Mike Norvell is going to be able to talk that team up and say, like, this is a fucking iconic moment you get to be a part of as a Florida State Seminole and beating the Miami Hurricanes. Like, let me show you every single time that you can like look at like the lore of this rivalry, or the lore of this program, and it was built on wins against this fucking program, and now you get to be a part of it. And I think Florida State goes out and proves a point. I'll tell you a stat for
Chris,
Miami.
before you go on, he gave that speech immediately after the Pitt game. They caught it on camera. They do these like cinematic recaps, and he goes, "It's great. We cleansed the ACC championship. That's awesome. It's a great accomplishment." He goes, "This week, starting now, this is the one." And he was saying the same thing. He's like, "This is why you came to Florida State.
Yep.
You look back in history. This is the game." And people around the program said he is very focused on this game.
I love it. I think that Florida State wins. I think they win big. I'm excited for you to go. It's going to be a really, really awesome atmosphere. I don't think this is a good game. I don't think it's a wide right, wide left game. Here's a fun fact for you. Do you know that what Miami's record is? Miami is 6-0 this season when they fill in the blank.
Don't turn the ball over?
4+ times. They've turned the ball over 4+ times in all their losses. I don't think they're going to turn the ball over 4+ times in this game because it seems almost statistically fucking impossible to do so. But if you would have told me they would have done it multiple times in the season, I would have thought that was crazy. And they've managed to do it 3 fucking times. So I think Florida State wins. I think Florida State wins big. I don't care if there's 1 turnover, 2 or 3 or 4. I think Florida State wins by double digits. And I would say Florida State 31-10.